We bring in our senior insider, Charania. Shams, Russell Westbrook was the biggest name left in free agency, but now he has a new basketball home. What more can you tell us?
Malika, Russell Westbrook is signing with the Sacramento Kings. His agent, Jeff Schwartz, tells me it's a one-year, $3.6 million deal. And these are two sides that have been engaged in conversations all off season, every single month, every single week since July. They've been in constant communication. And this is a Kings team that has searched for point guard depth. They were 28th in points, 29th in assists off the bench last season. And I'm told key players advocated for Westbrook as well. One of them being Domantas Sabonis. They played together in Oklahoma City. And then two other players, DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine, who have LA ties just like Westbrook. And he also knows their new assistant general manager, BJ Armstrong, from their player representation days together. And so after waiting 4 months, the one-time NBA MVP Russell Westbrook is back for his 18th season in Sacramento.
18th season in Sacramento. Shams, thank you very much. Westbrook, of course, has been a star in his role off of the bench the last couple of years. He's finished the top 10 in 6th Man of the Year voting, 3 straight seasons here, and now he's joining the Sacramento Kings. Perk, we were on a call together when this came across our phone screen. Shams breaking the news. Your instant reaction was what? You're wearing Kings purple.
Good for Russ.
Yeah.
Great for Russ. I'm glad he signed. But we all know the Western Conference is loaded like a baked potato. We know that, right? There's so many teams.
Sour cream.
So every night,
onions,
yeah, all that.
bacon.
Cheddar cheese, everything. But every single night is going to be a playoff-type vibe when it comes down to a Western Conference matchup.
Yeah.
A team, when you face them. And they're not attractive for us eye candy and their personnel to get it done with their talent. I'm not discrediting DeMar DeRozan or Zach LaVine, but they just don't measure up to what the other teams in the West have on paper. So what do you need to bring every night? Your energy, right? You got to have the tenacity. You got to play hard because you're going to win some games by just outplaying teams for as how hard you compete. That's what Russell Westbrook is going to bring to that team in that locker room.
So I'm just going to say that a year ago they had De'Aaron Fox as their starting point guard, and now they're
bringing up old stuff.
Well, you knew he goes, when he starts answering, going, so, and then
I don't mean to be Debbie Downer. Dennis Schroeder is going to be their starter. He is on his 5th team in 3 years. Dennis Schroeder can do a lot of things. He is a journeyman. He is a journeyman for a reason. This is now Russell Westbrook's 7th team in 8 years. Okay, that is a journeyman. He is a journeyman for a reason. There are going to be nights when Russell Westbrook positively impacts the Kings and that they are going to really be glad he's on the roster. I think you could say the same thing about Schroeder. And there are going to be nights when you realize why these guys are journeyman point guards.
I'm a big fan of Russell Westbrook for sure. And every time when you feel down, you watch highlights of Russell Westbrook, like what he do, how capable to do, how easy he to score, how easy fast. I'm a big fan of him because he have big energy and big experience. I think he can help them. And my experience with the Kings, every time when they start really good to play first and second quarter, they need that energy in third quarter and fourth to close the game. I know when we play with them against with Houston, they lead us 20 points, and after they just fall down and they lost the game. There was I think it's a big name for them and great guy.
The human embodiment of light the beam. I do have one question for you, though, Brian. When I look at this roster, Doug Christie is a defensive-minded coach, and this roster, to me, doesn't necessarily scream defensive prowess.
I know one of their best defensive players, Keegan Murray, just suffered a thumb injury.
Out
He's
for a
going to
month.
miss 4 to 6 weeks. So part of the problem with the Kings is they play in the Western Conference, and you have to play at such a high level to get one of the top spots in that conference. I understand. I do think Schroeder and Westbrook are relatively good pickups considering their situation they were in, but I'm not excited about where this team is.
All right, we need to get back up to a little bit of positivity here. It's the preseason. This is when it's all full of promise, right? No Jimmy Buttler last night, but it's been full steam ahead for Steph Curry this preseason. The Golden State Warriors facing the Portland Trailblazers. Perk, let's pick this one up early in the first quarter. Curry gets to his spot on the wing.
He's been getting to his spot all preseason. I'm telling you, he got it on his mind. He got it on his mind, Malika. Look, Steve Kerr's probably telling me only playing a few minutes, and he's going out there and been maximized.
What we're not going to do is look at the fact that the Warriors were down 22. And then look out, Kuminga throwing it down. Nice setup from Curry there, and then a finish from Kuminga. And then early in the third, the Warriors down 8. Curry gives it up to Al Horford. Curry gets it right back, splashes the 3. The Warriors cut into the lead. Later in the third quarter, the Warriors up now. Curry dribbles behind the back into the paint. How does he do it? Sorry, Chris Murray, that was not kind. That was not kind. The Warriors up now, and then a minute later, all tied up at 79. Quentin Post passes it through the legs.
And set a screen.
Curry. A game-high 28 points for Curry. The Warriors win 118-111 in this one. And Steph, he looks to be in mid-season form already, and I think that spells trouble for the league. We know it's just the preseason, but he's put up 28 points on just 15 shot attempts. And what really stood out was his ability to get to the line. He took 13 free throws. That is something, Brian Windhorst, that he did once all of last season. And yes, there's been this conversation over the summer about Jonathan Kuminga and the holdout, and the Warriors haven't had a lot of run together. But this team, we know Kevin Pelton projected them to have an incredibly good record in the Western Conference, and I'm starting to believe it here.
Well, let's remember how they finished last season. They finished it very strong, and the Jimmy Buttler addition gives the Warriors something that they've been searching for a very long time, which is a viable offensive leader when Steph comes out of the game. And so if you can give Steph fewer minutes when he's out on the court, he can be more aggressive. You saw in that game, we had all those highlights of him going to the basket. Obviously, we know the man can shoot from the outside. He goes to the basket, he gets to the foul line, he expends more energy, he can do it in fewer minutes. The Warriors have this thought process. Everybody's got to stay healthy.
Yep.
But they have this thought out.
And Jimmy Buttler, I mean, it's not isolation under Steve Kerr is not something that happens. He runs a lot of it. He takes a lot of attention. That frees up Steph Curry. If the Warriors can click on all cylinders, health is the biggest piece of it. They feel very confident about this season. Kevin Durant and the Rockets were in action in Birmingham, Alabama to take on Zion Williamson and the Pelicans. We're going to pick this one up early in the first quarter here. The Rockets up by 4, Brian. And then Thompson, they started a gigantic lineup here, knocking down the 3 just as the shot clock is winding down.
Yeah, he had 21 points. Ime Udoka talked about this. Amen Thompson started this game at point guard.
Yeah, 6'7", and everyone else is, they say 6'11", but really a 7-footer. And then Jabari Smith Jr. knocking down a corner 3. The Rockets up in this one. Let's pick it up now in the final seconds of the second quarter. Kevin Durant hitting that off-balance jumper just as the quarter ends. The Rockets head back to the locker room up 1 at the break.
He's timeless.
He is.
Timeless.
He is. Let's talk about Zion Williamson, who the clock is on for. Jumper over Alperen Sengun. He looks good, Brian. You just want to see it continue.
If he's on the court, he's one of the greatest paint scorers in NBA history. I'm serious, but he's got to be on the court.
And then Williamson taking it the other way. This is what the fans in Birmingham came to see. That 360 dunk right there. Let's take one more look at that here, Bobby.
But yes.
You're taking another look at the highlight here from Zion.
That's crazy. I stop without words. This is amazing. I could do that a long time ago, but right now I can't.
We have a hoop in here. Don't tempt us with a good time. Under 3 minutes to go here in the third. Williamson on the matchup with Durant. Durant hits the floater plus the foul. Rockets get the preseason win, 130-128. But I hear Perk is standing on something.
This my camera.
That's going to be your camera.
Standing on business. Perkins, John, you better stand on business. Stand on business. Hell yeah, we standing on business today. Standing on business. Hey, man, say, man, the Rockets on the way, man. Look, they have 2 aliens down there in Texas. One is Victor Wembanyama, and the other one is this young man right here, Amen Thompson. Everybody was panicking because of Fred VanVleet, but look at this 2-man game right here, this chemistry already. Cutting without the basketball, but look at the vision. The one-handed pass all the way to the corner to Jabari Smith for the knockdown tray ball. Very Jokic style. Listen, here we go again. Can't keep him off the glass, and we know that he's a dog. He's a pit bull. He's ready to ruffle the feathers. This is Clutch City, Vernon Maxwell type vibes right there with that energy. Here you go again, pushing the pace, cutting without the basketball. 6'7", 6'8", can finish around the basket. He comes back into the game and won. Amen Thompson, Ahmed Thompson, better known as Twin, is something special, generational talent. And look, they was beefing between the lines, but him and Jose afterwards, they dabbing it up. It's all love, it's all laughter. But at the end of the day, the Rockets got the win, and they got a special individual in that young man right there.
And Amen Thompson.
Amen, Amen. Which one is it?
Well, Perk, you were standing on business with Amen. But looking at their starting lineup.
You answer your prayers no matter what.
You can't help but notice this is an enormous lineup here.
Kevin Durant played center at times last year for the Phoenix Suns, okay?
Yeah.
Seriously. Not like 1 or 2 possessions. He played center for them. He is going to play 2 guard at times this year for the Rockets. It's one of the reasons why the Rockets are going to be one of the best defensive teams in the league, just the sheer size that they can put on the court and skill. Because the guys that they put out there, Thompson's already showing improved offensive skill. We didn't even mention Tari Eason, who came off the bench in this game for 20 points. Yes, the Fred VanVleet injury maybe limited their total upside, but this team is to be reckoned with.
And you have high praise for Amen Thompson.
Yeah. I mean, it's my triple. I say triples?
Triplets.
Yeah, triples, because we have our twin in Detroit. He's here, he's in Houston, I'm here. When we will play together, he's my little brother, and he's a great guy, great personality. Like, you know, from beginning, basically, we didn't play, we have worked together, and the coaches with him, like, they make big development. I think he has a bright future, and he's an amazing guy. He basically, like, unstoppable if he wants.
By the way, in the preseason, he's shooting around 80% from the three-point line.
He looks great.
He's shooting about 80% from the three-point line.
And they're going
probably one of his only weaknesses.
They're going
outside
to need,
of still getting better as
in the Western Conference, as high as the expectations are for the Houston Rockets, they're going to need every bit of that if they want to clear them. Let's go from the West to the East here. In case you missed it, Joe Mazzulla pulled a fast one on Tuesday. So at Celtics practice, the Boston media, they were preparing to play other media members, but head coach Joe Mazzulla, he had a different idea here.
Don't want to break it to you, but you're not playing against each other, you're playing against the coaches.
Okay, so let's see how that turned out then. This is what the guys do, right? Media members, they tend to play these pickup games. Joe Mazzulla had different ideas. Phil Presley nails a wing 3. Joe Mazzulla has some lockdown defense. Presley's knocking down another 3. We're just not going to check that score in the corner, Perk.
We don't need to, but look, I'm not really overreacting to this. I do have a problem with this. The problem is, what was Brian Scalabrine and Eddie House, because they're part of the media for the Boston Celtics?
I heard Mazzulla was upset that none of the media members bled.
Thursday night, our NBA preseason coverage continues with the Rockets taking on the Hawks at 7:30 Eastern. It's over on E2. Our coverage begins with NBA Countdown. I'll be with